Drinking and driving, two of my favourite things. But just like ice cream and barbecue sauce, they're two things that should be enjoyed separately. Obviously, in most countries, drink driving is illegal, especially here in Australia, where we have some of the toughest drink driving laws in the entire world. But as we know all too well, just because something's illegal doesn't mean people aren't just going to do it anyway. We have politicians, police officers, judges, and of course many members of the general public who still choose to drink and drive despite the consequences. And some of them have even become national heroes after the fact. Now obviously before we get into this video, I have to say that I do not condone drink driving. I'm not just trying to morally grandstand to make myself look good. It's illegal for a reason, so just don't do it. But then again, at the end of the day, a lot of people do call me daddy, but I'm not your father. I'm not a police officer. I can't tell you what to do. And while this video and all of my other videos are purely just for entertainment purposes, I hope you guys can get a laugh out of this and enjoy this video for what it is. A joke. Anyway, now we all know that drink driving's illegal, as I just said, but recently I've been seeing TikToks and Instagram reels like this, and this, and this, and this.
Coward, you make me sick. Leave me alone.
And this.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Of course. 6 beers and 4 whiskeys.
Sir, that's not an excuse for letting your wife drive.
And all of these videos have one thing in common. They've got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views and likes. So now we've got two contradictory arguments. We've got the government saying that drink driving is bad and illegal, and then TikTok and Instagram saying that it's good. So of course I had to do a little bit more research into this, and what I found was quite shocking. In Australia, 30% of fatal road accidents are attributed to alcohol. And that's not really a hidden fact. The government publishes this and lets everyone know. But what that also means is that the other 70% of fatal crashes are also done by sober drivers. Now I'll put the relevant info up on the screen now of how many people actually got caught drink driving, and the actual real statistic of how much more likely you are to crash if you are drink driving compared to when you're sober. But there's definitely some idiot out there who sees this statistic and thinks to himself that you're 2.5 times more likely to crash if you're sober. Anyway, the main reason that drink driving is illegal is because it messes with your ability to make decisions, and of course heavily decreases your reaction time. Hence the reason you're so much more likely to crash when you're drinking. But despite the fact that governments all around the world have done years and years of research and seen it firsthand, these TikToks all have millions of views and likes. And in this day and age, most people see that as more credible. So of course I took it upon myself to find out who was right. The government or TikTok. In my hands, I've got a 6-pack of God's Nectar. And if you look over here, I've got 1.6 litres of pure Korean muscle. Of course, logically, there's only one thing to do. And that of course is to sink these tins and get behind the wheel. But not this wheel. And over here, I've got an F1 level racing simulator. Oh yeah, have a look at this. In today's video, we'll be racing for the prestigious Vodka Red Bull racing team. The plan is as follows. I'll do 4 laps sober, find the best lap time of the 4, then sink 3 tins, do another 4 laps, sink 3 more tins, and if I manage to do a lap time faster than my PB at 0 BAC, it is officially confirmed that drink driving is a conspiracy theory, the government is wrong, and TikTok is right. Anyway, now that you know the rules, let's put this experiment to the test. Now look, I did send a few emails to the F1 team seeing if I could get a ride in one of their cars, but obviously they didn't respond. This is the best way that I can test my reaction time in a real life scenario without actually drink driving and getting on the public roads. But I'm not gonna lie here, this is one of the first times I've ever played this game, so don't expect any world record lap times. Oh! This is one of the most effort I've ever put in anything in my life. Try to get this thing on the track. Oh! Oh no. Now I'll admit it boys, I probably should have done a little bit more practice before I just jumped on the simulator first go, but that's just not how we do it here at Yorak Hunt Industries. So for the 4th and final sober lap, I locked in hard, and managed to pull off an absolute masterclass.
towards Vale now. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Leclerc had that inside line. Through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable step coming out of the final corner.
Oh, there you go. Fastest lap, 1 minute 20.243. So what? We got 1 minute 20.243 to beat. Or hopefully not, otherwise it means that you're a better driver when you're drinking. Anyway, where's the beer? Cheers. But before we get into this race of a lifetime, I need to ask you guys to do me a favor and press the subscribe button. This video was a pain in the ass to make, and I wasn't feeling too fresh the next morning. Numero dos. F*** me. Oh, it's going at both ends. Phew, bit of zing on that. Oh, fuck me. Cheers.
Never been a sinner, I never sinned. I got a friend in Jesus. So you know that when I die, He's gonna set me up with the Spirit inside.
And after crunching 3 of these cans, I pretty quickly found out it makes it a lot more difficult. Oh, okay. And then not long after, shit hit the fan. Oh, fuck. Okay, I think we might have to reset and restart that one. What the fuck? Oh, no. No, we'll fix it.
A few moments later.
This is a fucking fair scientific test. No funny business.
Never been a sinner, I never sinned. I got a friend in
Oh,
Jesus. So you know that when I die, He's gonna set me up with the Spirit in the sky. Oh, set me up with the Spirit in the sky.
I'm just thinking back to everything I learnt in the academy. And after racking my brain of everything I learnt in the academy, oh fuck, not again. I managed to put in another masterclass and get really close to my personal best. So I'm a second off my PB from when I was not drinking. But unfortunately that didn't last long. This actually was a lot harder than I was anticipating, and it really did f with my reaction time. Oh no, fuck. Oh mate. And I'll save you the hassle of having to watch the next 2 laps. Lap 3, I was almost 16 seconds slower. And then in lap 4, despite the fact that I was going off the track and driving like an absolute maniac, I managed to claw some time back and was only 2.6 seconds behind my PB. 2.6 seconds behind my sober PB. Which in racing terms is like fucking being a month late to a fucking meeting. Anyway, next up we're going to smash 3 more beers and try that again. Alright, ready to urge? Alright, so we just had 3 beers and went for a race. We weren't as quick as we were sober, but maybe, according to TikTok, I've got 3 more beers in the packet. See what happens after these 3. See if my time increases, decreases, or remains the same. Alright, cheers boys. Oh mate. Cheers. Now look, 6 beers isn't a huge effort, but in an hour, with a lot going in and not much coming out, I was starting to struggle. Alright, we're on the last one. Empty 60 on the floor. The rest of the victims over there. Cheers. time to hit the track. Right, Ross, this is how we do it in the academy. Now, despite the fact that I was 8.4 standard drinks deep, I was determined. There was only 2 words to describe how I was feeling at this moment. Hammered as fuck. And a lot of people may say that that is 3 words, and they'd be right. But that doesn't matter, because I was locked in and ready to roll. I'm locked in here.
When I die and the name of to rest, gonna go to the place that's the best.
3.5 seconds off my PB.
Going up to the spirit in the sky. Going up to the spirit in the sky. That's where I'm gonna go when I die. When I die and the name of to rest, I'm gonna go to the place that's the best.
I reckon if it was in an AU, I could get around here in 30 seconds. And here we are, the final lap. After an hour and a half of pure blood, sweat and beers, could we finally pull it off? No. I f***ed it. Oh, mate. Yeah, nah. Once again, I'd f***ed it, and we came in at an astonishing 7 seconds off my personal best. Well, there you have it. The more you drink, the slower your lap times get. Back to you in the studio. Now look, I think it's safe to say that I'm not at any risk of taking someone's seat in the next F1 season. And here are all the results from every lap that I did. Now my average lap time when I was 6 beers deep was 1 minute 29 seconds .631, which was almost 2 seconds slower than my average for being 3 beers deep, where my average time was 1 minute 27 seconds .881. And if you were consistently this slow in an actual F1 season, you'd cop the Liam Lawson treatment. Now we won't bother getting to the average for my sober laps because who cares anyway. But to be honest, this was the first time I'd properly played this game. I'd played it once before like 8 months ago, and obviously it took a little while for me to get warmed up and used to the wheel, hence the fact that my first 3 laps were absolutely shithouse and I managed to get a decent one on the 4th go. Now I've been playing this game in my free time and managed to get myself down to a 1 minute 18.336, which puts me in the top 25,000 Xbox players. I know, ladies, one at a time. But yeah, here are the fastest 4 of the 12 laps I did, and here's the fastest one from each drinking segment. I think it's fairly safe to say that the more I drank, the slower my lap times got. I didn't manage to beat my sober PB, and as much as it pains me to say that the government was right, for once it seems that they were. So it's a real shame that they can't even follow their own rules. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, comment and share, and I'll see all of you guys in the next one.